The absolute worst mistake you can make is buying fake views or subscribers. I know it's tempting when you see services promising 10,000 views for just $200. You think to yourself, if I just get some views to start with, then real people will see my content and subscribe. I thought the same way too. But here is what actually happens when you buy fake views. YouTube's system is really smart. It tracks everything. How long people watch your video, where they come from, what they do after watching. When you buy fake views, these numbers look completely wrong. Real viewers watch at least 30% of a video on average. Fake views are usually empty accounts that will never watch, comment, or engage. Real viewers come from search, suggested video, or social media. Fake views often come from weird websites or bot forms that YouTube can easily detect. Real viewers will like, comment, or subscribe, whereas fake viewers do nothing except making YouTube flex your channel as spammy. When YouTube sees these patterns, YouTube thinks your content is bad quality. This means your videos stop getting recommended to real people. Just last year, I did a test on 3 of my videos using a platform called VFly. It looked legit. They offer packages for bulk views and even YouTube monetization. So I decided to give it a try. The result came in exactly on time and I was excited when I saw a huge spike in views about 24 hours later. But my excitement lasted less than 5 minutes. The fake views came in and in a matter of minutes, the view count dropped from 100 per minute to 0. As you can see from this chart, my video had no views before the promotion. It then spiked to 910 views in a single day. The next day, the performance went right back to normal. That massive spike is where the promotion started, and right after it, the number of views barely moved. The real giveaway was the view duration. The video was 8 minutes long, but the average watch time was only 48 seconds. That's a huge red flag that these were not real people. VFly was just showing me what I wanted to see, a total illusion. I would say this was a complete disaster, and those services are simply not worth it. By the way, if this video helped you, a like and subscribe would mean a lot. So if you think that's bad, the next mistake is almost as damaging. The moment you upload your video, the first thing you probably do is to share the link everywhere. Your Instagram, your Twitter, your grandma's WhatsApp group, and that is mistake number 2. There are 2 reasons why you should never do this, especially if you are just starting out. Firstly, this will obliterate your video's retention rate. Imagine all those people clicking the link, watching for 30 seconds, and then abandoning your 10 minutes video. YouTube immediately classifies your content as uninteresting. It doesn't matter how great your video is, if people are clicking away after a few seconds, it's going to flop. The second reason is that all the traffic is coming from outside the platform and it's not organic. YouTube algorithm doesn't like that. It prefers to see people discovering your video on the platform itself. That signals your video is good enough to be found on its own, and that's how you get pushed into suggested video and homepages of a much wider audience. Now, if you're a celebrity or an influencer with a loyal following, sharing a link is fine because your audience will probably watch anyway. Next, we have a mistake born out of embarrassment or frustration: deleting your videos. We have all had videos that just flop. Or maybe you have got older content you are not proud of. But deleting a video is like erasing a part of your channel history, and you're throwing away valuable data. When I first started out, I did what a lot of other people do, which is re-uploading videos from other platforms to YouTube and get paid over $10,000 per month. I thought I was doing everything right because I was following what I saw other YouTubers do. I uploaded, hit the monetization threshold, and then got rejected. The email from YouTube said I had to delete or edit any videos that violated their policies. I thought it wasn't a big deal to delete most of my videos and reapply in a month. But what I didn't know was that deleting those videos would also delete all the watch hours. My watch time dropped from over 5,000 hours to just 900. I realized I had made a terrible mistake that no one ever warned me about. You don't have to go through that. My suggestion is to mark those videos as private. They'll still be on your channel's archive, and you'll keep all the watch hours and data that you might need in the future. Now, mistake number 4 is pure panic mode. You're refreshing analytics every 5 minutes, and the views are kind of stagnant. So you frantically start changing your title and thumbnail, hoping it will fix everything. The problem is when you keep tweaking, you're confusing the YouTube algorithm. It needs time to understand your video and how people react to your initial choices. Every time you change it, it's like hitting the reset button. I want to show you one of my videos where it didn't get many views in the first month, but it eventually picked up and now has over 100,000 views. As a small channel, this number can be a turning point. Just imagine, if I had doubted it and deleted it in the first month, it wouldn't be sitting at over 100,000 views today. So in my opinion, if you're confident in your content, your title, and your thumbnail, let it perform. It might be the one video that changes everything for you. Finally, the one that can be a game changer if you get it right is when you ignore the comments. When your video is fresh, those first few comments are pure gold. Every single comment and every single reply tells the YouTube algorithm that your videos isn't just being watched, it's sparking conversation. That's a massive signal to YouTube to push your video to more and more people. I personally reply to almost every comment because I know how it feels to be ignored. I want to show my audience that I genuinely care. When I was starting out, I had so many questions and never got any answers. So there you have it, the 5 mistakes that are sabotaging your YouTube channel right now. But the good news is that all of these mistakes can be fixed starting today. And if you're making any of this mistake, let me know in the comments below. I read every comment and I will do my best to reply with the best answers from my experience. Please also subscribe if you want more no-nonsense YouTube advice that actually works.